This video will cover how to edit the event Polygon in an offline copy of the training GISS edit service. Before diving in, I'll point out a job aid called Editing Event Data on the Edit Event Data page of the GISS Workflow. It covers how to use attributes in the National Incident Feature Service, as well as specific geometric editing steps in ArcGIS Pro. I'm in my edit project, and I've synced the offline copy before I start editing. I'm going to create a wildfire daily fire perimeter feature in the event Polygon layer using the GPS data from field maps, Avenza, and a GPX file. There are many ways to edit data in ArcGIS Pro. No right way or wrong way, just different methods. From the Edit tab on the ribbon, open the Create Features pane. Locate the Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter feature template and select it. Update the map method. In this case, I know that all of the segments came from GPS. The feature access for all Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeters defaults to public and feature status to approved, so that the perimeters appear in public-facing applications. Update the Polygon date time using UTC or Coordinated Universal Time. We use UTC because the National Incident Feature Service is used across multiple time zones. If needed, use an online calculator to determine the date and time in UTC. The site Dateful is an easy one to use. The GPS data was collected on August 5, 2026 at 2000 hours, which is 0300 hours on August 6, 2026 in UTC. The Polygon date time field is imperative as it represents the date and time the perimeter was collected. This may not match the date and time the GISS creates the Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter, which is captured automatically in the Create Date attribute field. Ensure snapping is enabled. Then digitize the polygon using the Trace tool and zoom and pan along the GPS data as needed. This can be done using the scroll wheel on the mouse. Finish the polygon to close it. When I check out the attributes of the created feature, I notice that it already has the incident name and Irwin ID populated. As a result of setting up feature templates properly during the data preparation steps of the workflow. Open the attribute table of the event Polygon feature layer. And delete the auto-generated triangle record. Save edits. I'll demonstrate another example that uses NIROPS data instead of GPS data to update the Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter. This is the Katy Creek Fire from 2025, and this is what the NIFs may look like. After an infrared interpreter loads IR data into the IR point and IR polygon layers of the NIFs, and you sync the offline copy in your edit project first thing in the morning, or maybe even late at night, depending on what kind of schedule you're working. It's important to have a conversation with your situation unit leader about editing the Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter with IR data, as they may or may not be awake when you're editing the data if you have any questions. First, review the IR heat perimeter. There are custom tools to automate this process, but a visual check at minimum is suggested. You may want to create a definition query to limit the data you're viewing to just the IR heat perimeter and Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter. And potentially update the symbology of the IR heat perimeter to better distinguish it from the wildfire daily fire perimeter. Mostly I'm just checking to see that the IR heat perimeter didn't shrink the fire anywhere, as my situation unit leader has asked that I don't shrink the perimeter without their approval. After confirming, I'll select the IR heat perimeter. Ensure the edit map is activated during this process. And copy it. Then I'll click Paste Special and choose the Wildfire Daily Fire Perimeter template. Keep the Keep Source Attribute Values box checked and click OK. Using this method retains the attributes that the IRIN entered into the IR heat perimeter layer, such as comments and Polygon date time. Then open the attribute table of the event Polygon layer and delete the old wildfire daily fire perimeter. There are additional editing methods that may take more or less time than the one demonstrated here. After updating the wildfire daily fire perimeter, save edits, then continue on with editing the perimeter line.